Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, I love when people make my point. Look. Now, we are already past. The get up is, I'm coming from church. I know people can say that, naturally, know why I'm coming from church. Nick Wright was on his show, First Things First, talking about Josh Allen and Stefon Diggs. And I know there's still some people in this fan base that's mad that we didn't get Diggs, so this one goes out for you. Oh. But anyways, he made a point about why this was a bad move for Buffalo. And through doing that, he literally outlines the problem that I've had with Baltimore. So what I'm going to do is, it's about a 3-minute clip. I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to break it down because this makes super total sense, all right? So check this out, and then let's do it, all right? So without further ado, let's get this party started.
Because there is no immediate benefit. Like, you didn't get cap relief this year. You didn't all of a sudden open up more snaps for, a young position group that, like what the Packers have, where it's like, man, we have more wide receivers than we have, passes available. You didn't even get a return this season. Nope. You know what I mean? The draft pick you have comes a year from now. And I'm not trying to act as if the Bills shouldn't be concerned about a year and 2 years and 3 years from now. Of course, you should always be doing some long-term planning. But you get no immediate benefit with significant drawback with the only real... So then why did they do it is, of course, the question. And it's because the benefit they feel is getting Stefon out of the building. Yep. The benefit is the toxicity of the culture or the relationships. And so then I just go to Josh and Sean McDermott. Even if Stefon is the common denominator of the problems from Minnesota to here, he also is right now a person that the Bills need more than he needs the Bills. Because nobody's looking at Stefon Diggs saying, he's in bad shape now. It's worked out great. It has worked out great for him, and he gets his money. And because here's the problem, bro. They don't have any good options. So they are not, I don't believe they have any chance of trading for T. Higgins because I don't think Cincinnati will do it. Maybe they could trade their first-round pick for Brandon Ayuk, but they clearly don't want to add another super expensive salary. That's why Poyer and Hyde and Trey White and those guys, they had to get rid of them. Okay, so they'll draft a guy at 28. Well, that's a problem as well because you know that Marvin Harrison, Neighbors, and Adunze are going top 10 or at least top 12. You know those three are gone. So then you're just hoping that you go almost 20 picks of the draft with no receivers taken, so you can draft wide receiver 4. Or more likely, you end up drafting wide receiver 5 or 6. Like, that's not a path. And I'm not saying it's not doable and you can't get a good player. Right, but so they have no great options here, Brew. And they
listen, I laughed at that, right? Because it's like, I'm not saying they can't get a good player, but at 28, you missed the options that you wanted. What if I've been banging my brown face against the table about? Right? Because here's the thing, and I keep trying to tell people to understand this. As long as you have an elite quarterback, you're in it every single season. You'll never lose enough games unless there's injury involved for you to get a high pick that can help change your organization. You have to go lower in the draft. Problem is that the Ravens don't draft wide receivers well. Historically so. It's almost like someone was doing voodoo like and put a hex on this whole organization when it came to offensive skill players. Specifically wide receivers, because we draft tight ends just fine. Heck, we got rid of Vokalek and I liked him too. Draft running backs fine. Hey, offensive lineman, we do that good too. Hey. The only two things we always drafted bad was wide receiver and quarterback. And we finally hit on quarterback, and they're like, All right, it finally worked out with quarterback, so eventually it'll work out for what's it called, wide receiver. It's not fair. And you heard what he said, like, look, the talent that you want's not going to be there at 28. What do you think we're picking? The talent that you want is... Now, look. You know who I want. I want Coleman. Right? His size, I think he could be the next Mike Evans. Heck, if we get a Mike Evans type player, glory, hallelujah. Hallelujah. Because we need that. And I always told people this, the consistency that is and was Mike Evans is historical. The man has had great receiving seasons. He's just been a constant, consistent, regardless of coaching, regardless of quarterbacks, regardless of play calling, regardless of blocking, all those, regardless of teammates. He delivers. Delivers. The man's like certified male. You're getting it one way or the other. That's like, so, but there's a chance that someone says, yo, they see the same things we see, and Coleman goes, bye-bye. And there's a chance the Ravens move out of the first round to get more picks in the second round. But you see, you heard what he said? He said, there's no better option. What other option is there out there? This is exactly why, and what I've been saying, even with the free agency pool. You understand where I'm coming from? Listen, in the comments, you have people say, oh, June 1st, when all those cuts happen, Nitro, Debo, DK, all these guys can be free. And we're hanging our hat on that? What's the chances of Debo Samuel being available? DK Metcalf being available? At one point, they were like how Philly was saying there were rumors that Philly was trying to trade A.J. Brown. What's the chances of that actually happening? That's what I keep trying to tell people. Like, you got to be real. And if you're real enough, you'll start to see, like, bro, like, there's a problem here. You know what I mean? The problem is that we're not doing that. We're just saying, wish upon a star and hoping that something changes. And it's not changing. Historically, so it hasn't changed for us. What's that one song? If I had one wish, we would have friends, we'd make up fans, take and make it fit. If I had one wish. Tell you, I don't know none of the words of that song. Oh! I don't know none of the words of that song, but it is kind of what it is. Yo, shoot, I just know that if I had one wish, all the part I know of it, bro. But that's the wish we wishing. Problem is the wish has been going on for well over 2 decades, and we have yet to hit. Now, everyone's saying, well, Zay. We do not know if this stuff with Zay will come back up. The same people screaming Zay was screaming bait. And was screaming that we don't need a backup to bait. That was saying the same people saying it was the same people saying that then. You were wrong then, and now you pivoted to go to Zay with the same argument. And I'm looking at y'all like, bro, y'all don't seem to learn from y'all actions, what y'all say, how y'all do what you want. Do you know what the definition of insanity is? Here, let me tell you, it's doing the same thing over and over and over again and thinking that there will be a difference in the outcome. Pause. But no, for real, I'm serious. Like, the Ravens got to hit, and the crazy thing is, the scouts this year can make almost no mistakes. There's too many holes to fill. They got to hit on their offensive line picks. They got to hit on their wide receiver pick. Because I have a question. Bateman, this was the least usage he's done was last year, right? And that's the only year he hasn't been injured. The only year he hasn't been injured was the year where we used him the least. Zay Flowers, we don't know if this thing could rear its head with the attack and the assault allegations, because it's all allegations. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's gonna happen with that. Y'all willing to put all your eggs in those baskets? Then it's like, oh, well, even though they're hurt, Lamar still has to find a way to win. Nelson Aguilar was a former first-round pick. He'll be just fine as your first. It's like, bro, what? That's what I'm trying to guard against. Because remember, a lot of y'all was saying that when Bate was in and Bate went down, I was just like. And y'all was like, oh, but Lamar, if he's so great, he needs to make it work. There's never had a true number one receiver, bro. Never. And y'all just be like, he need to make it work. He the only quarterback that's never had has only had 1,000-yard rusher next to him, right? And all his receivers have never had over 1,010 yards. None of them. And y'all be like, none of them have ever made the Pro Bowl. Nothing. And y'all like, hey, he needs to win with it regardless of that. He has to be magical. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with what they were saying? Do you agree with the point I'm trying to make when it says, you know, the top caliber wide receivers and how even the one that we want, Coleman, could be gone by the time he finally gets to us? Let me know what you think down in the comment section, all right? All right. But as always, this episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. I know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I love the comments. And if you have not done so already, check out the Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to donate to this channel, help out with equipment, the equipment that I'm asking y'all that the money goes towards is putting towards a new camera and also a Starlink system in case of bad hurricane or natural disaster. Bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App located in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is money sign, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. Well, once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This show is not just signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.
Ah!